Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say
Just a few minutes until we go live, everybody, so make sure you stick around.
Tim Omlu goes over a tenth of a second first.
Ladies, gentlemen, and others, welcome to the 5th round of the Formula Trout Sprint Series. My name's Ross McIntyre, and today, or well, tonight in the preview video you're seeing rather, we're under the floodlights at a track that I am genuinely surprised is not on the Formula E calendar. It's the Marina Bay Street Circuit, located in Singapore. First opened in 2008 and the host of the first Formula 1 night race. Not much else occurs around the 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles of tight and twisty tarmac, which is a shame, as it's the exact type of track which these VRC Formula Lithium cars absolutely love. 23 turns, each a challenge of their own, await the drivers, but the question on everybody's mind tonight is who will rule them. Will it be the Welsh wizard Oscar Williams or the Trout Meister Max Yinger? Only 4 points separate the Vermin drivers, with the advantage currently being in the favour of Williams, and whoever wins the first race will begin the latter half of the season in the lead of the title fight. So race 1 could be crucial in determining who has the momentum as we move forward. Now, I do just want to briefly apologise for the absolute state of the stream just a moment ago, obviously, and I've also just realised that I've made another mistake and that I haven't turned the volume up in Assetto Corsa, so that's another thing to apologise for. Again, I'm telling you, I am just an absolute streaming master here at Formula Trout. I'll just turn that up briefly for you, and hopefully you should be able to hear that now. And then we can actually get going. So, where was I? Yes, there we go. Oh, you can still see the audio tab. I'm on fire tonight. Where was I? Well, first of all, I just wanted to apologise for the shenanigans regarding the stream. I just completely messed up the start of that. So I do want to apologise. You know, nowhere I can hide for that one. But hopefully you're all doing okay. Nonetheless, hopefully the wait wasn't too bad. I know I'm doing absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm just having a very good evening. It's been a pretty good day for me, and, well, it's only going to get better with, obviously, round 5 of the Formula Trout Sprint Series here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. Just following around Tim Omlu at the moment, who's on his first lap, the very young driver racing for Triple Eight tonight. There's a big lock-up from Omlu into the hairpin there. He's, well, actually, this track is actually looking to be very, very kind towards my frame rate as well, so you will actually, hopefully, not be seeing any drops, which is just absolutely wonderful. And Tim Omlu is seemingly the first driver out on track, because he's just gone 15.5 seconds up on the split time, which is quite some margin. But yep, hope you are all doing okay tonight. Obviously, it's a very crucial race in the Formula Trout Sprint Series. Younger's just gone to provisional pole for the time being. Williams just behind him. These are the two I was just mentioning that we're all keeping an eye on tonight. Younger versus Williams. It is the absolute story of this championship so far. They've been neck and neck all throughout the season. At one race, one's been faster, and in the next race, it will be the other. At the moment, it looks like Younger has the slight advantage as Omlu goes into P5. But it is, well, so tight between the two Vermin drivers. I don't think we've ever seen such domination of a series by one team at all in Formula Trout, both across the Premier and the Premier and the Sprint Series, should I say, rather. I'm mumbling all my words tonight. And, well, Younger and Williams are the catalysts for that. Yeah, I've just been so supremely quick. I was chatting with Maxi earlier, and, well, he is actually rather nervous, which is very unlike him. He knows how crucial this race is in the title battle. Whoever wins in race 1, obviously there's a point for pole position, which helps, but whoever will win race 1 will take the lead of the championship. If Williams wins, obviously he holds the lead. If Maxi wins, he takes the lead. And then obviously race 2 has reduced points, so it really is down to where they finish, and it is a reverse grid as well. So you have to bear that in mind, and Singapore's not a particularly easy place to overtake around. Lots of heavy braking zones, though. If anyone's going to be able to do it from the back of the grid, it is going to be these two guys. But we'll just have to wait and see what can happen. There is Maxi Younger, the man who was on provisional pole. His teammate just behind him. That is a fantastic shot. That is, if you ever wanted to see a screensaver here at Formula Trout, that was the one. Yeah, Maxi, very nervous, completely unlike him. He's usually a very kind of stiff upper lip driver, very kind of level-headed, but he knows that the entire championship battle could teeter on this race, which is very interesting to see. I am now starting to just wonder if this race is supposed to be a night race and that my Assetto Corsa is just not being my friend tonight, which is a possibility. I may just double check that in the Formula Trout Discord server, which you can join below. If you follow the Discord link, obviously it's on the top right rotating screen as well, after all the messages and announcements. And we'd love to have you along. We're a friendly bunch, we don't bite, and it's always great to have some new faces in the community. And maybe you will even want to get involved in future seasons. Obviously, there's no sign-ups going on at the moment. Both seasons in a Premier Series and Sprint Series well underway. But that shouldn't take away. You can always try and get yourself a drive in the future. Now then, Younger Williams has taken the provisional pole while I was on my talk. So at the moment it is advantage to Oscar. But, well, still 7 minutes to go here in qualifying. There is a point on offer for pole position, but at the moment there's only a 4-point gap. So it'll close the gap, but it won't really matter that much in regards to the first race. Now, if you'll just excuse me for a brief moment, you'll hear some keyboard clacking as I rather shamefully ask if this is supposed to be a night race or not, and whether my Assetto Corsa has let me down. Only the most professional streams here at the Formula Trout League, Twitch and YouTube channels. And on the subject of Twitch and YouTube, you can always smash like on YouTube and hit the subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, press that follow. It really does help everybody along here at Formula Trout. A lot of effort goes into these races, both from the drivers, the organisers, the stewards, those who run the leagues, and obviously on the broadcast side of things as well, and it is greatly appreciated. And we are actually a Twitch affiliate now as well, so we get all sorts of fancy things, and also means that I can't change the broadcast name, which is why it may have been delayed in changing from the previous stream we did, which was the Premier Series at Silverstone. It's just unfortunately the only person who could change that is the league owner Kilgore, for reasons that we haven't quite worked out yet. I can't change that on my end. He has to do it remotely once the stream has gone live. But that shouldn't take away from the action. Younger has bit back, is on provisional pole for the moment. The question is, though, where is Oscar Williams? I have the feeling he is on a lap at the moment. On the run into the left-hander now, hard on the brakes. This is a track that these cars should absolutely love. Tight, twisty street circuit. Absolutely made for this car. Straights that are reasonably long enough for the attack mode to take an advantage, and then just tight, fiddly corners where you can just push the car right up to the wall. Hard on the brakes for the overtakes with the dive bombs. Through what was once the Singapore Sling. Rather nice chicane that was. Hated by drivers, loved by fans, I think is the correct term. And, well, you do sometimes get that a lot in motorsport, and it was a question of who your loyalty lies to. In the case of the Marina Bay Street Circuit, they decided the drivers. And you can see at the moment, it is all the Vermin drivers, Younger and Williams, up the top. Tim Omlu, in his debut event in the, his debut event this season in the Sprint Series, 8/10 off, which isn't bad to be fair. Tim is a ridiculously quick driver, and someone's for so young of an age as well to be that quick, but he's still 8/10 off of these two, who just push each other so far. let's go on board with Oscar Williams for a lap, shall we? Well, here we are, coming into the opening complex car, leaving the pits there on the left-hand side. That is nothing to worry about. Into the left-hander we go, using all of the curb and then some on the inside, just having to kind of hook the car around, pressing your foot into the floor. Omlu has just disconnected. Hopefully he'll be back in a brief moment. That is Max Younger ahead of Williams. And Williams is going to use all the slipstream he can get to try and get on that provisional pole. He will have the ability to go for another lap after this one. Let's check the split times. Ooh, just down in the first lap as Dave Southard set to 2:04.7. 2 seconds off of Younger's best lap time. And Dave is not a slow driver, so that is some gap indeed. Omlu's rejoined the server and goes back to P3. Younger did slightly improve on that last effort, ever so slightly. Williams, however, looking to try and get back, hooking the car through the left-hander, now hard on the brakes into the right. Don't take too much curbs. The curbs here at Singapore are either very kind and friendly or will just put you in a wall without a shadow of a doubt. Now, onto this kind of semi-backstretch. This is where I think the attack mode will be used most often. Into the right-hander he goes. This is a very, very nice lap from Oscar Williams. Just hitting his marks very smoothly, very cleanly. It is weird seeing Marina Bay in the day. It must be said, I'm still not sure whether this is supposed to be a night race. And it's on my end that it is the daytime, in which case I do apologise. Also, if it does look a bit screen teary or pixelated, my PC has been not having a good day as well, so I do apologise for that as well. Let's see what Oscar Williams can do. It's a 2:02.796 to beat, rounding the final few corners now. What's the lap time going to be? It's not quick enough for Oscar Williams. He's got time for one more attempt. But at the moment, it's going to be Maxi Younger on pole position. Maxi will also have time for another lap. Sliding through the first corner goes Younger. It is advantage Maxi at the moment, but Oscar will cross the line first of the two. You have to wait and see what the split time is from Oscar Williams. Max Younger, I think, has just given up on his lap. He's just slid massively. Yet, Younger's had enough. It is all on this man, the Welsh wizard, Oscar Williams. And he's a 10th.5 down in the first sector. That is not ideal at all. Pushing very, very close to the wall on the outside there. Obviously, it's a very quiet qualifying lap given the electric nature of these VRC Formula Lithium cars based off of the Gen 2 Formula E regulations. All electric motors powered by lithium batteries. But Oscar Williams, I'm sure, making full use of all of that power and the immediate torque which he has access to. This man is quick in anything he steps in. Actually, Maxi, again referring back to Maxi in my conversation earlier, he just loves to give me little snippets of info, does that man, and is very helpful for the broadcaster. Maxi actually said that he thinks Oscar is the fastest driver in Assetto Corsa, full stop. And he's quick in anything he steps in, and that may well be, but we'll just have to see who's the fastest driver here tonight. It's all on Oscar Williams. I don't think anybody else is actually on a lap, rounding into the final corners. Who's going to have the advantage and the point into race one? It's a bit of a slide on the exit. And it's going to be Maxi Younger on the pole. Williams cannot improve. He's 2.5 tenths down on that lap. And it's going to be Maxi Younger onto the pole position for race one. He takes the point. Let's see if Omlu can get any closer to them. The rest of the grid is so spread out, frankly. Apart from Van Zlant and Elston, I don't think there's going to be any changes for position. Romain Rattel has just rejoined the server. Meaning that one car, whoever finishes last in the first race, will not start from pole because we have more than 10 drivers. And at the moment, Panjitopoulos is looking very off the pace, so he may well start from 11th in race 2 if this is where he finishes in race 1. board with Omlu, who's apparently in Dave Southard's car. I assume he just doesn't have a skin. Hello stream is the message on the Halo, which is one of the politer messages on the Halo. I've seen apologies to myself in the Premier Series, which did make me laugh and almost lose my job, probably. Crossing the line goes Omlu. Is it going to be an improvement? No, it won't be from Tim Omlu. What about the actual Dave Southard, who is 7/10 down through the middle sector? That is probably quicker than previously. And as Southard winds his way around, I'm also just going to actually jump into the commentators channel on Discord so that we could potentially have some interviews after this race. And qualifying has ended, so I'm going to switch to the standby screen briefly while I sort everything out. And hopefully find the car that's on pole. Maxi Younger. And there he is. Now the question is, who's going to get the better start off of the front row of the grid? Fuji in the chat saying Younger for the win, but frankly I think it's anybody's race. There you can see 11 cars here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. As we just wait for the countdown. It's a long countdown, 3 minutes. That's quite a while, so apologies for that. But I can't really do anything about that, so just have to wait and see. And to get a look inside Maxi Younger's head, potentially. No, doesn't let me zoom in any further. The German sitting there looking very comfortable at the wheel of his vermin car. And I've just decided that that's a bad camera angle, so we will start from this camera angle for the first few corners, just so I can see what is going on across the whole track. Now again, by the sounds of things, do you just need to apologise. It looks like my Assetto Corsa has died briefly, and it is supposed to be a night race, I believe. So apologies for that. So yeah, we are not going to be under the night lights. Well, they're up anyway, as you can see. I'm not sure if fireworks are going to go off, because I know I do actually. There is a kind of a firework mod you can get with custom share dispatch, which I'm not entirely sure I've got enabled. Which is a shame. I think it'd be quite cool actually. But yeah, unfortunately it's going to be daytime. And yeah, it looks like custom shade dispatch has just stopped working for me, which is a shame. It is a shame. We've only got really a few clouds over there, and it is in the middle of broad daylight. But we'll have to just roll with it. Just under a minute now until we go green. Obviously, there won't be a roaring of engines on the grid as the lights go out because it's electric series. Just 30 seconds remaining now. Get your predictions in, folks. We know it's going to be between Younger and Williams. The question is, who will it be? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that is to kick this race off. The lights come on here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore for round 5 of the Formula Trout Sprint Series, and we are underway. Looks like it was Williams that got a slightly better start. Junger moves to cut off the inside, and heading into turn 1, looks like it's going to be Junger leading the way, all clean in the background for the time being. And Junger leads the field away. He holds his position. Coming into turn 4 now. Williams could possibly use his attack mode if he's feeling dangerous. Oh, bit of contact in the background between Williams and Southard there. Southard already using his attack mode. Junger trying to streak into the distance. It does look more like a night race from this angle, so we'll just keep with this camera for now, because you can't see this guy. They already have a 1.3 second gap to Tim Onlu in P3. Such is the domination of these Vermin drivers. This is a battle for the edges. This could be the race that potentially decides the championship. And they've got 18 minutes and 6 seconds to sort it out. At the moment, though, it's advantage Max to Junger. Can Williams have a look into the right-hander? No, he cannot for the time being. Panjotopoulos also using his attack mode. Bit of a swapping around at the back. Looks like David Halligan's actually got caught in an incident, I believe, because he's well down the back of the pack. It's all action stations for the time being. Bit of a slide there from Junger. Coming through the start. That bridge complex for the first time. Willems and Elston, the two teammates of Lioness Racing, looking pretty close as well. The Dutch team had a pretty good outing last time at their home race in Zandvoort. Case was pretty positive in the post-race interview, but frankly anything can happen. Southern and Cochrane looking to get to know each other fairly well as well. That is... Well, I guess, there's 3 Triple 8 cars out on track as a result of Tim Omlu's livery. I'm not sure he's actually racing with them, mainly because he's stolen Dave's livery. So there's 2 number 47s out there tonight. Panjotopoulos and Rattel looking very close as well. Could Rattel potentially poke a nose up the inside of the Concord Racing driver? The Volpino car both using their attack modes now. The Volpino car will have the slipstream. He's going to pull out to the inside. Into the left-hander. He will on the brakes. Who's going to come out on top? I think it's just going to be Rattel. Yes, Panjotopoulos has to go off the road. They're still side by side. Into the right-hander, though. These two absolutely neck and neck. And looks like Rattel is just going to come off on top. Squeezing past Panjotopoulos after being side by side for a few corners. Will Panjotopoulos try and fight back, though? That is a very large possibility. Both have their attack modes on. Willems has just overtaken Van der Land while all this is going on. What will Panjotopoulos do next? He had a good start. Oh, no! Well, when I say what are you going to do next, he didn't mean have a half spin out of a corner. Good save. But that has cost him a whole heap of time. And basically awarded Romain Rattel the position. Willems and Van der Land still pretty close together as well. And looks like Van der Land actually struggling out there today a bit. Just can't quite come to the face. Looks like that's Jamie Elston making a mistake in front as well. You heard the screeching of the rubber. And Willems now right on the back of his teammate. Junger sets the fastest lap of the race. It's a 2:03.399. He's got 6/10. That's Elston running very wide out of the last corner. That's going to award Willems the position. Van der Land also had a really poor lap in the background. He's dropped back from these two guys. Willems up to P6 he moves. Cochrane just holding on from Southern as well at the moment. Omlu has streaked off into the distance, and there you can see the backs of the 2 yellow Vermin cars. Just in a league of their own. Not only all season long, but today as well. Cochrane just trying to hit his marks at the moment. We're already a quarter of the way through the race. Dave Southern has used an attack mode, and Alex has not, so he has the strategic advantage of that attack mode in the regard that he can basically choose when he wants to get that extra attack in, or he can have that extra defense. Younger, that gap getting very, very large between himself and Williams. Looks like Halligan's got through. Panjotopoulos is going for another spin. Facing the wrong way. This is the worst camera angle in the world as well. Apologies for that. Looks like there's been some heavy contact with the wall. The front end of that car pretty crumpled. Do want to just again apologise for the camera angles. There is only one camera angle I can choose here, unfortunately. Through, and especially through that corner as well. It's not great. But sometimes you just got to roll with it. And, well, it wouldn't be a sim racing broadcast without our challenges, would it? Panjotopoulos now 8 seconds back from Halligan. Looking like he is going to be starting here. Halligan at the moment will be on pole position in race 2. Younger sets a 2:03.1. What a lap from Maxi Younger. Extends the gap at the lead to 0.8 of a second. Neither of these guys have used their attack mode yet. The Vermin driver's just holding steady. There will be no team orders in play here today, because these two are the guys in the fight for the championship. 4 points separating them at the moment. Well, actually, it's 3, because Younger took pole. And obviously, we operate with your standard FIA points procedure in race 1. Race 2 has reduced points with the reverse grid, but race 1, 25 points for a race win and 18 for a second place. That will place Younger firmly in the lead of the championship. Ooh, that was actually a touch of the wall there by Oscar Williams on the outside. That won't be any damage, I don't think. But indeed, at the moment, provisionally, Younger leads the championship. By just trying to do some quick mathematics in my head, which we all know I'm not very good at. Again, I don't have any kind of people helping me out with this, as that you would do in real life. So the gap is currently 3 points in favour of Williams. If we stay as we are now, Younger would have a 4-point advantage heading into race 2. And as already mentioned, this race really decides where the momentum swings for the second half of the season. And it is crunch times, and now the gap is 1.2 seconds. I think Williams just made a mistake at a shot. Cochrane and Southard still pretty close as well. At the moment, though, neither of the Triple Eight guys just letting each other through. They're both sitting very pretty. Not really trying to force a move. Ooh, that was a wobble from Cochrane, though. And they say you can't stop the cock, but you can if he finds his way into a wall. A bit of tyre squeaking in the background as well for good measure. Williams has closed the gap up a little bit at the front. 1 second now separating the two Vermin drivers. Cochrane just hitting his marks at the moment. You can see here the lovely buildings of Singapore. It's a very interesting place. Yeah, obviously a track has existed here since 2008. The first ever Formula 1 night race was held here. It's kind of its thing, its claim to fame on the Formula 1 calendar. It's not often a track that produces much overtaking action. It's in the modern kind of era of Formula 1, which is actually the only major series that visits here. It's more renowned for its drama in terms of the accidents that happen. You know, just such as the nature of a street race. And when you consider the high temperatures and the night race, the fact that it's so out of kilter with most kind of Formula 1 events, everyone's sleep schedule is a bit out of the way. It usually causes some pretty hectic races. However, obviously, if you cast your mind back to the 2017 event and the whole start fiasco, well, I won't go into too much detail out of a fear of reopening some trauma that I'm not willing to in regards to the 2017 and 2018 title fights, but I'll just kind of leave that hint there. Yeah, it's a very nice place, this Singapore. It's kind of got, I mean, like every place, it's got its pros and cons. Very nice weather, lots of interesting wildlife, very advanced technology. Not particularly kind to people of the LGBT community, but again, that's just another political thing I'll stay out of the way of. Williams is using his attack mode. So Williams has bitten first. The gap is falling down, and we know the attack mode is effective here. There is a few long old straights and some big acceleration zones as well. You can get on the longest straights about 40 kilometers an hour extra with the attack mode in operation. We'll right on board with Williams here, and he's gained a lot of time through those few corners. You can see with the slipstream as well, the time's falling. He's actually getting most of the time on the acceleration rather than the main straights, which is very interesting. Usually it's along the straights, but I guess that's such the nature of the Singapore circuit. Trying to avoid the anti-cut curbs on the inside. There's a bit of damage to the front of Williams' car. That may possibly just be from the slight touch of the wall he had earlier. It was a bit tidier than Younger through those few corners. Younger taking a very aggressive line. He's very desperate to send the lead. That's another wall touch for Oscar. 4/10 separating them. Younger has his attack mode in operation as well now. So all guns blazing. That was 4/10 quicker from Williams on that lap. Having a look to the inside. He's definitely too far back, but just letting Younger know he's there. Through T3 now. And Younger seems to be far superior on the corner exits. But on the corner entry, it's Oscar's day, Oscar's game. And well, through the kind of the tricky, weird chicanes that are just littered all over the show here at Singapore, that is where he's gaining his time. Just a touch to the inside curb there, costing him a bit. And his attack mode has actually run out as well now, so he won't be gaining any time, or any more soon, shall I say. There is Maxi Younger. Just holding steady, taking a very kind of middle of the road line through there. Obviously, you want to get the car drawn over to the left-hand side for the next right-hander, which occurs very shortly after that. But you know, it's a very kind of shallow angle. You know, sometimes you do see some very aggressive angles being taken through there. A lot of the track being used. These two guys obviously being rather more conservative in that regard. Younger still leading the way, trying to get that back up, that gap back up to a second with the attack mode, and he has now done so. So it's back to where we started. The attack mode should be running out fairly shortly, though. It's around 2 minutes of extra power, so around about 1 lap's worth of attack mode you get. Maybe 1 and a bit if you're feeling lucky. Heading into turn 1 now. Goes Younger. Gap remains at a second. Not going any further than that at the moment. Halligan is slowly fighting his way back through the field after that early drama. He's up to P9 now. 8.8 seconds to Jamie Elston in P7, though. That's quite a gap. Junger has 1.5 seconds on Oscar Williams now. That is the biggest we've seen between the pair. And I'm sure that the German is gritting behind his screen. Bit of a wobble on the exit of the corner there from Oscar Williams. Wobbling is not what you want to do in a crucial championship race. Obviously, whoever wins this race, takes the championship lead, but then starts one place back in race 2. Race 2 obviously operating on a reverse grid basis, the top 10 being reversed, the points for race 2 also being reversed. So, if Junger wins now, and Williams wins race 2, with Junger in P2, the gap will be very, very tight. Now we just have to wait and see who uses their second attack mode first. My guess is on Oscar Williams, who's gained a big chunk of time under the bridge section. Or the tunnely bridgey section thing. And there goes Williams. Attack mode's on. Here we go. Let's ride on board with Oscar. Let's find a cool camera angle as well. Apparently this is the only one that exists. Very aggressive through turn 2. Nearly all 4 wheels off the track. Were this real life, I'm not too sure how happy the stewards would be. Junger's attack mode is on as well. Here we go. Fist out, boys. All guns blazing. I'm sure Williams will be breathing fire, much like the dragon on top of his helmet. Trying to desperately crawl up to the back of Junger. That was a fantastic corner. He made up half a second in one turn. Junger, in the early phase of the attack mode, just doesn't seem to know how to handle it. He can't. And then you see Williams making silly little mistakes like that, just clipping the high curbs, scrubbing off extra speed he can't afford to scrub off. Oh, that's a big slide from Oscar Williams. Great save. Lost a tenth or two there, definitely. That was a huge slide. Were this in 2013, that would have been the Singapore Sling. And that would have been the wall and your race over. Which you cannot afford to do at this stage in the championship. Oh no, it's another lock-up! He's locked up, taps the wall on the exit, hit the brakes way too late. And the front end just washed out and the gap is now 1.2 seconds and another wobble. I worry Williams has pushed those tyres far too hard. Again, just clipping curbs he doesn't need to clip. Scrubbing off speed, wobbling through corners. You can tell he's pushing so hard. To the point where he's actually slightly overdriving the car. And getting too much through those road tyres which are on these Formula Lithium cars. This is the final lap of the race. Wasn't a very strong lap from Junger either though. Both were about a second off their best. Junger's was slightly slower if anything. That is a complete corner cut if I've ever seen one. If he wins, that could be a potential query from Junger. Two teammates scrapping it out here in Singapore. 7 tenths is the gap. 50 seconds remaining on the clock. This will be the final lap of the race, just to reiterate. 20 minutes. When the time hits 0, that's it. Whatever lap you're on, that's the checkered flag, and there's a big locker for Williams. And that, I think, will be it. I don't think he's going to be able to recover from that. His attack mode is going to run out very shortly. That was a crucial, potentially championship-losing lockup. Because we know whoever wins this race, the title swings in their favour. That could be disaster for Oscar Williams. His attack mode is now out. Junger just has to coast home. There's a second separating the pair of them. And Oscar Williams could be ruining that lockup. He's just overdriving the car completely. He is pushing it too hard and just going over the limit and feeling the consequences of that. And Maxi said that he thinks Oscar is the fastest driver in Assetto Corsa. That may well be, but right now Maxi is Mr. Cool, the king of consistency. And he's about to take the lead of the championship in the Formula Trout Sprint Series. Rounding the final corner now, it's going to be a race 1 victory for Maxi Yuga, and crucially, a 4-point lead in the title race. Game on. And you can see how much that means to the German. He is delighted. Omlu comes home in impressive 3rd position. Cochrane is P4, Southern is P5. Case Willems will be P6. It'll be Van Talant coming on P7. Elston in P8. Halligan, though, is right on the back of Elston, and Elston's pushed too wide into the last few corners. Halligan's using his attack mode as well. He could have a run out of the final corner. Who's going to take P8? Oh, that's Halligan running wide. Halligan will come home in P9. Elston P8. And that means a lot to Jamie Elston as well. Romain Rattel will come home 10th and will take the reverse grid pole for race 2. Pangiotopoulos has already gone to the pits. He's rather annoyed with that one. And well, that is race 1 done. And potentially a crucial race 1 at that. If you'll ignore the ding of my windows as I just deleted the pre-race message that I put up. Well. I'd love to hear from Maxi in the post-race interviews after that one, and Oscar as well. That is possibly crucial. Pangiotopoulos, I think, actually placing his lack of pace in retirement down to a hardware, well, not a hardware, a rig failure, actually. His desk kind of moving and the floor essentially creating an unstable balance for him to race on. Very interesting. So not sure whether we'll see him in race 2. Now we just wait for these sessions to change to race 2. Very tempted just to leave you be and put back on some of the lucid drum and bass feels. You know what? Yeah, I think we will do that. I think we'll just take a brief break while we wait. So yeah, I think we'll just be back in a moment's notice. So just stay tuned for race 2.
wanted to run, we wanted to fall together.
Well then, not long to go until race 2. Just a minute left on the countdown. I've just seen Jamie Elston going absolutely everywhere on the grid. Which was well, it was a sight to behold, I'll say that much. Romain Rattel on the pole position. It's David Halligan alongside him. Jamie Elston P3, Van Slant P4, Case Willems P5, Dave Southard P6. Alex Cochran will be P7, Tim Omley P8, and then the two Vermin guys P9 and P10. And Pandro Tapoulis will be starting this race back in P11. Now, this should be a display. The order's all switched up. The Volpino driver starts on pole position for race 2 here. Another 20 minutes awaits us here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. And the lights are coming on now. The lights are out. We're underway for race 2 here in Singapore. Looks like Halligan's got a slightly better start out of the two front row drivers. Into turn 1, he's later on the brakes. Going to be 3 wide. There is contact there in the background. The 2 line is racing. Oh no! That's one of the AAA cars into the wall. I believe that's Omlu. No, it's Alex Cochran. Vanterland round as well in the background. There's all drama here. Vanterland is round. Williams has managed to fight his way straight up through the grid. Halligan leads. Willems is P6. Drama through the first few corners here at Singapore. Vanterland and Cochran being absolutely left in the dust. Tim Omlu as well being left out to dry. Maxi Junger suffering from the get-go. That's 3 wide into the corner in the background. Whoo, easy boys, calm down. There's still 20 minutes left. Or 19 if you're being exact. Now heading through the left-hander and Vanterland. No, Cochran even looks like he's got some pretty heavy damage into the wall. That was a big, big wobble from Omlu, I believe that was. No, it's not. It's Southern and Elston who are going side by side. Elston's gone straight off the road. And he's somehow brought it back on. Lost a few positions. Some heavy damage to the front of that car. Absolute chaos here already in race 2. He falls down to P8 from P3 on the grid. Disastrous start for Jamie Elston. Williams already up to P4. Junger trying to make moves. Oh, there was contact. Who is that going around? Is that a pile-up? Yes. No. Southern's gone around. Oh, he's touched his teammate. Omlu's managed to keep going. Southern falls down to the bottom of the grid. Williams and Junger are neck and neck now. Oh, no. Willems in the wall! Oh my goodness me, what a lap it's been for the Lioneers. Racing goes, oh no, that's Omlu round! Oh, and Cochran's in the wall as well! I can't believe what I'm seeing! I genuinely cannot believe my eyes. What absolute chaos here on lap 1. Here in race 2 of the Formula Trout Sprint Series. My goodness me, Junger and Williams are already up to 3rd and 4th. Elston, I think, has just gone round as well somewhere. He's crawling his way into the pits. Hopefully he doesn't retire. Vanterland and Willems neck and neck as well. Willems, that is not the line through that corner. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. They're still neck and neck. Let's go on board with Case Willems. Down the inside into turn 4. He's going to get the position. Closes the door on Vanterland as well for good measure. Rattel and Williams looking very close indeed. Both have their attack modes activated, as does Young behind, as does Halligan in front. Ooh, a bit of a wobble from Rattel, the man who was on pole position, and Young are already through. Or Williams already through even, apologies. Very easy move there. Ooh, that was a wobble from Halligan as well, who led the first lap of this race. Elston and Vanterland may have gone round again, I believe. And that is Martin Vanterland finding his way, facing the wrong direction once again. What a appalling first few laps he's having. Rattel and Williams. Oh, that's going to be Junger to the inside. And it's Junger and Rattel, not Rattel and Williams, but it now is Junger and Rattel definitely, because Junger's taking the lead. Rattel might try and fight back. No, he does not. That'll be the move done. Junger up to P3. Halligan and Williams, Omlu and Cochrane swapping positions as well. Further down the grid. Triple Eight guys absolutely fighting! Southern in the wall again in the background. Just manages to keep it going. Case Willems looks to be struggling in comparison. We could have a lead change very shortly. Halligan and Williams still somewhere. So Williams has run out of attack mode though. Junger sets the fastest lap of the race at 2:03.472. And I have the feeling it's not a case of if, not if, but when Williams gets past Halligan. It's very close between the Vermin guys as well, and Williams. Oh, Williams is trying to go on the outside of Halligan here. And Halligan is going to potentially run wide. He's still got the attack mode down the straight, so he will pull a little bit ahead on that alone. And he's got the inside line. Williams is gonna draw ahead momentarily there. Oh, contact between the pair. Halligan goes sliding. Through goes Williams. Junger slides through as well. Vermin to the lead once again. Halligan down to P3. Willems has managed to hold on for the time being, just keeping those AAA cars at bay. Elston still in the pits. Elston DNFs from the server just as I say that. Shame for Jamie Elston there, but you know, that's racing. Pandra Tapoulis has not made this event either, may I just add. According just to looking at the Twitch chat, according to Vermin, the team, a lot of damage on Max's car. Do you excuse the right hand side there? A lot of damage on Max's car, but hopefully it's just visual. No aero damage detected thus far. He's doing alright up in P2. Absolute chaos here in the first opening few laps of race 2. It's Marina Bay. And again, on the subject of Twitch, make sure you hit follow. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like and subscribe. It always does help us here at the Formula Trout team. And Halligan and Rattel looking pretty close ahead as well. Halligan's not doing too well. I believe he may have met the wall. He's 5 seconds off the 2 already. That may be either through a mistake or just the raw pace of the Vermin drivers. Rattel is all over the back of them, running very wide as well. Willems and Omlu still locked together. Where is Southard? Southard is struggling in comparison. Here goes Omlu potentially. Let's go on board with Tim. This isn't Dave, may I just clarify. This is Tim in Dave's car. The young driver, 13 years of age, trying to dive up the inside. Can't make the move done. Williams overshoots the corner. That is going to be as easy as you like for Tim Omlu. Maybe Cochrane will get through as well. No! Williams has fought back on the inside, just outside of the view of our camera. Neck and neck. Ooh, contact between the pair. Omlu's going to try and close the door, yet Willems has been forced out by both drivers now. Cochrane and Omlu neck and neck into the left-hander. Omlu's got the inside line. Cochrane's going to hang it round the outside. 3 wide into the right-hander. Wowee! Keep it steady, boys. I mean, I asked for some exciting racing in race 2, but I didn't mean just try and kill yourselves. My goodness me. And that is Southard trying to get through Willems as well. Willems will hold the place for the time being through the right-hander. He's using his attack mode. Very close battling out here at the moment. Omlu just trying to pull that gap on Cochrane. Looking for a way past is Alex. Rattel already used up both attack modes in under 10 minutes. That's aggressive. I won't voice my opinion on that, but, well, Romain, if you want to be competitive... That's cool. Again, I've just put it at the right side of my screen, apologies. When I'm flicking between a set of Corsa and Streamlabs, I'm only operating on a single monitor. Because, well, I don't really have the money for two. I'm not as well off as other commentators, shall I say. Oh, that was a bit of a wobble from Cochrane. When I'm flicking Alt-tabbing, well, actually, Alt-GR tabbing, because my Alt key is broken. Over to Streamlabs and then back again. I clear to just be opening up the right bar on the side of my screen by accident. I do apologise for that. And again, I also do apologise just for the delay at the start. Again, if you were here at the start, you'll have seen my message that I am stupid and I still do not know the event times. Omlu is already caught up to Rattel. Less than a second separating them. Omlu's flying. Let's go back on board with Tim, not Dave. We could do a little message. Could we? I think that's a great idea. Hashtag let's get Ross a better PC. Well, you could do that. Let's get Ross a better graphics card, because as much as I love my 1660, I don't think it'd handle a second monitor. Then let's get Ross a better monitors. That's Rattel sliding into the wall there. Yeah, let's get Ross another monitor. That's the one. My goodness me, Romain Rattel. Well, he's struggling out there at the moment, isn't he? There you go. Just to clarify, this is in fact Tim Omlu. Gonna size that up correctly, hopefully. There you go, Tim. Bang. Now we do know that is in fact Tim Omlu. Just in case you did not know. We'll remain on board with Tim for the time being. This is the closest battle on track, but that being said, Jungera has activated his attack mode for the lead. And Tim Omlu pulling up to the inside. We can get rid of the Tim logo now because he's gone through. Oh, I've got my old safety car graphic. I forgot about that. Tim Omlu up to P4. Williams and Junger closer than ever. Junger using his last attack mode. Williams still has his in defense. Bit of a slide from Junger at the exit of the left-hander. So at the moment, Junger has the pace, but Williams has the strategic advantage. He can choose when to use his final attack mode. He can just sit there, be a moving chicane for Maxi Junger. If he wins this race, I believe that Maxi will still maintain the points lead by about a point. Unless I'm very much mistaken. It's either a point separating the two, which is very, very tight, or equal points. But the momentum will still be in Maxi's favour, obviously having won the first race, the feature race, so to speak. Even though they're the same distance, both races, the first race has the more points on offer. That was wide from Junger on the exit of the left-hander there. Slightly quicker than Williams on that lap. He needs to clear his teammate now before his attack mode runs out. Because when it runs out, he's got nothing. And, well, Oscar's still got another one to use. You can see there the flashing lights on the halo indicating the attack mode in use. Williams now using it as well. Romain Rattel has just DNF'd. Not too sure what's happened there. Unfortunate for the Volpino driver who was going from pole position. Now out of the race. Whoa, and Williams has overshot the corner. Junger too far back to capitalise. This is an absolute battle for the ages. Oh, Junger into the wall, hard on his right rear. We know his car's got damage. The front of Williams' car also not looking too healthy. Junger just unable to make that gap appear. Oscar is doing exactly what was done to him in race 1, just sitting pretty, creating basically a moving brick wall that his teammate just cannot get through. Omlu's already onto the back of Halligan. My goodness me. Let's actually go look at that, because I think there's more likely to be an overtake there than here, to be honest. And yeah, as I say, that Junger's run out of attack mode. I think that's going to be Williams' race to lose now. There is David Halligan. It is David Halligan, isn't it? Just want to double check that. Yeah, it is David Halligan. I wasn't too sure. They're not used to seeing Halligan A in the sprint series, B out of Oxtan colours. I am used to seeing Tim Omlu going flying past those, such as the pace of that young man. Up to P3 goes Omlu. And it's the same drivers on the podium that were in race 1. Halligan using an attack mode might be able to fight back. I doubt it very much though. I believe he's just going to have to turn his attention to defending. Obviously not too used to these Formula Lithium cars, obviously based off of the Gen 2 Formula E regulations. Very different from the RSS Formula hybrids he's used to driving. You know, road going tyres, a comparatively lack of downforce, mechanical grip and power. And all the torque immediately as well. Obviously the hybrid systems in the Formula hybrids do give a boost to the initial torque, but it's not immediate. All the torque is available. Unlike in an electric car such as these ones. Williams still leading the way. Just under 4.5 minutes left here in race 2. Oh! Big slide from Williams! Oh my goodness me! That could have been game-changing! Had that been anywhere else on the track, Junger would have got through. Count your lucky stars, Oscar Williams. Junger, though, I think can now smell blood. He knows he can apply the pressure now that Williams has made that mistake. Williams, that was what prevented him from getting past Junger in race 1. Not only was Junger just not letting the opportunities appear, but he was pushing too hard, overdriving the car, over-rotating the clipping curbs he didn't need to, running too wide, losing time, scrubbing off speed. It appeared he started to overdrive here, and with his mirrors full of Maxi Junger, the Trout Meister, as I'm now calling him. One can only presume that Oscar is feeling the pressure. Cochrane up to P4. Halligan drops another place. And he's about to be met with Case Willems as well. Ooh, bit of a scrap going on here, isn't there? Cochrane's going to try and pull away from these guys. But Halligan, Willems, Southard. Southard is the quickest out of these three. But Halligan's going to try and just turn into the aforementioned brick wall. And as I say, that is Elston trying to poke a nose. Southern's going to poke a nose as well. Trying to go 3 wide through the final corner. Chill out, guys. It's not that wide. They are going 2 wide down the main straight, though. And it's going to be Cochrane trying to squeeze past Elston. Contact. Elston has to go and cut the corner. Cochrane will draw alongside. Or not Cochrane, Southern even, apologies. It's Willems, not Elston. Elston's out of the race. Sorry, everybody. I appear to be absolutely on one. Southern squeezes through, though. Williams and Junger very, 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 very close. This is nail-biting stuff. Who is going to come out on top in race 2? If Junger wins, he extends his championship lead, extends his momentous advantage. If Williams wins, he just claws back a little bit. Keeps it maybe not as much in Junger's favour as it could be leaving this round. It is so, so close. Going to have one more lap after this one. And obviously, it's a very, very crucial race. Being round 5, now beyond the halfway point in the series. Obviously, after this race, heading over to Silverstone International Circuit. On to the final lap we go. Williams still in the lead. Younger was faster on that lap yet again. But yeah, to the Silverstone International Circuit after this one. Williams ran wide. Younger cut the corner and bounced and lost the speed. And is now suffering out of the opening complex. But yeah, Silverstone International is the race after this one. 2 weeks' time, same place. Another touch to the wall for Maxi Younger. And that'll be interesting. A circuit very much unlike this one. Or rather, should I say, very different. Again, muddling my English up there, as I have a tendency to do. Even though I am, in fact, from England, I cannot speak the language for the life of me. And Williams has just pulled 7/10. Younger must have made a big mistake, or he's got some big damage. But yep, Silverstone International is the race after this one. And I have no idea who's going to be faster there out of these two. Wide there from Williams. The clock, 5 seconds remaining. Checkered flag is out. This is the final lap of the race. Race 2 of the Formula Trout Sprint Series here at Marina Bay. Round 5 going to the wire. Younger will still hold the championship lead by a few points at best, equals at worst. My maths, I have no idea. But Williams letting Younger know that he is not going down without a fight. A few corners to go for the Welsh Wizard. It's been a spectacular drive. He has held off attack after attack from his teammate. And he's letting him know this battle is well and truly on. Oscar Williams, the Welsh Wizard, will cross the line. Race 2 it is. Maxi Younger can only do P2. And it's a Vermin 1-2 yet again. And my oh my, is this championship battle on. A bit of a burnout from Williams to celebrate. Tim Omlu's going to come home with a fantastic drive to P3. But 21 seconds off the lead. That tells you how big, how quick those lead guys are. My goodness me, it'll be Alex Cochrane coming home in P4. You can't stop the clock after all. Case Films will be P5. Dave Sutter looks like he's made a mistake in the last few sections. He'll come home P6. Shame for him. Halligan will be P7. Martin Van der Lant will be P8. Rattel and Elston. Rattel from the pole. Both of them retiring. What a shame for those two. What a race. What a pair of races we've seen here tonight. Simply phenomenal stuff. We are going to get an interview with Maxi Younger in a brief moment. And I would love to hear from him. Because this is... well, this could be crucial in the championship battle. I'm going to get Case Willems in as well. We'll get Maxi in first, though. Well, Maxi Younger, race 1 win. The championship lead is now yours. What's going through your mind at the moment?
That was pretty good. I'm happy with that. Obviously, couldn't overtake there at the end, but it's a street track, so it's always going to be difficult.
That's very true. Now, obviously, we were talking before the race, and you were kind of saying that whoever wins race 1 really has the advantage going into the second half of this season. That's what you did, you know, very commanding drive, just held position, took the win. Do you now just intend to just kind of maybe try and extend your championship lead if you can, and just try and, you know, take home the Sprint Series title?
Well, I'm only leading by 1 point, so it's fairly equal, you know. Like I don't think any of us have an advantage at the moment, me and Oscar. So it's gonna depend. I think there's 3 rounds left. This was the 5th. Yeah, 3 rounds left. So it's gonna really depend on those, you know. Those every point counts as well. So every pole position, every race 2 result, everything's gonna matter.
Well, it is indeed. And then obviously race 2, second place, great drive from P10 on the grid. And you just kind of got stuck behind your teammate, unfortunately. Just kind of similar situation to what he did to you in race 1. Do you think that's really how you kind of win a race in these cars, to just kind of sit there and defend for your life?
Not really. I think it's just that the fact that we're so close in terms of pace makes it basically trickier to overtake when someone's only a tenth slower or 2/10 slower. You know, if he was half a second slower, I don't know if you saw, he was making some mistakes sometimes.
Yeah.
That gave me a slight chance but it would have been risky dives and stuff to try and get past, and I don't want to do that with Oscar for sure.
Yeah, and obviously
So
don't want to throw away the points either.
yeah, no. So yeah, it's difficult to overtake someone that's that quick. But I was putting the pressure on. I think more than he did with me. I was trying to. I know he uses VR, so I was trying to flake out so he can see me in the mirrors and stuff. Try to make him into a mistake, but he didn't make a big enough one. He slid here and there, but no major mistakes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Maxi. Great win in race 1 and well, a 1-point championship lead. Let's see what happens. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for streaming and commentating.
Oh, it's no problem, my friend. Maxi Younger, everybody. Very interesting to hear that. Smart driving. He knows that Oscar drives in VR, and so he's trying to make himself look big in his mirrors. That is, well, that's the mind of a champion, I suppose. Obviously, Maxi Younger has won championship before. We've also got Case Willems in with us. Case, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Hello. So, yeah, interesting race out there for you. Race 2 was a bit hectic, to say the least, but race 1 was pretty solid. Just kind of run us through the night for you.
Qualifying I think went pretty decent. I think I started P7. The race, I believe I finished in P6. My teammate or P8. Yeah, that race was out of the two definitely the best. Definitely midway after we set some distance between some people. I definitely had a pretty decent pace throughout the session, with Martijn some time behind me. Then race 2, I'll have to look at the replay, but that start, as you may have seen on the stream, that was an absolute mess. I believe I even set one of the AAA guys round at some point, totally by accident. It was so chaotic. But yeah, I believe I finished P5 in that race. My teammate, I believe, had an accident and didn't finish. But yeah, chaos pretty much.
Well, yeah, I guess, well, around Singapore, it's a street circuit. It's kind of desperate in late in race 2. It's always going to be the case, I suppose, especially with a reverse grid. Do you think, well, obviously the next round, Silverstone International, do you think was kind of a much more kind of natural racing circuit? Do you think maybe it would be less chaos and maybe perhaps a better result for you guys as well out there?
But one thing for sure, that is a lot more of a wider track. I think Singapore is more like Monaco, but a lot wider and with, you know, actual straights. But with Silverstone, I believe is it international or national?
It's the international.
International. Well, the straights over there are also quite big, so the push to pass is going to be a lot more effective, and also a little bit of slipstream, even though these cars barely have any. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot better there, especially that there is a lot more space on the track to hopefully have battle soon. Obviously, given our performance in Premier at Silverstone was pretty decent too, so I'm hoping to get a better result there than we had today.
Well, that's the main thing, I suppose. I mean, obviously, Silverstone 2 weeks' time. Make sure, obviously, you tune in for that one. Yeah, but obviously, interesting race 2, but a good race 1, and, well, looking positive for the future. Thank you for joining us, Case, and a good performance out there today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for commentating.
No worries, my friend. Case Willems, everybody, with Lion Racing. Well, that will be it for the Formula Trout Sprint Series Round 5 in Singapore. And, well, what a race it's been. Actually, I think I'll just plot this very nice intro video briefly. No, the wrong one. My bad. Well, yeah, there you go. It's been a very interesting race indeed. But make sure you tune in 2 weeks' time for the next race to the Silverstone International. But if you're here in a week's time, well, back with the Premier Series.